this woman has a problem with her dog, and she takes him to the vet, and the dog has a real problem hearing. And the vet finds out that it's got a real lot of hair in its ears, and that's why it can't hear well. So the vet cleans the ears out, and he tells the lady, if you'd like this to keep reoccurring, you should go to the pharmacy and get yourself some nair, and just be very careful and dab some nair on the ears, and it'll prevent this hair problem from preventing the dog from hearing. So the lady goes to the pharmacy, and she goes up to the pharmacist, and she asks the pharmacist where could she find the nair. And the pharmacist tells her, and she gets a container, and he's checking her out, and he says to her, now you got to be very careful about this stuff. If you use it under your arms, don't use deodorant for a couple of days. She goes, I'm not using it under my arms. And he goes, okay, well, if you're going to use it on your legs, be very careful and don't shave your legs for a couple of days. And she goes, I'm not using it on my legs. She gets very impertinent. She goes, it's for my schnauzer. He goes, okay, well, just make sure you don't ride a bike for a week. A woman goes to her gynecologist, and she seems very shy for some reason. And she's in the examination room, and the gynecologist says to her, what's wrong? She goes, well, gee, I don't know how to say this. I'm just very uncomfortable talking about this. And the gynecologist goes to her, don't be silly. You've been coming to me for years. There's nothing I don't think that we can talk about. Come on now, tell me what's wrong. She goes, well, this is rather bizarre, but I was on the toilet the other day, and I just felt terrible, and all of a sudden I heard a plink plink, and I looked in the toilet bowl, and there was a bunch of pennies in the toilet bowl. And the doctor goes, wow, that's pretty unusual. She goes, that's nothing. She goes, yesterday morning I was in the bathroom, and I went to the toilet again, and there was a bunch of dimes in there. And yesterday night I went to the bathroom still again, and I found quarters in the toilet. He goes, oh, wow. She goes, I'm in a panic. What am I to do? He puts a hand on her shoulder, and he goes, there's nothing to be ashamed of or afraid of. You're simply going through the change. Her husband, the following week, goes to the doctor, and the doctor's examining him, and he says, gee, you know, you've got to have your tonsils out. He goes, my tonsils out? He goes, that's something for kids. You sure I have to have my tonsils out? The doctor goes, yeah. He goes, well, I want a second opinion. The doctor goes, well, you're ugly too.